How would the American Civil War have a lasting effect on this remote mining town in Idaho? We'll show you this unusual history coming up on Ghost Towns and More. Near the eastern border of central Idaho are the remains of a ghost town that was the site of extreme interest when placer deposits were discovered in the streams. A group of 5 miners working in Montana had decided there had to be a better way to make a living and set out in the summer of 1866 to explore and prospect the beautiful forested valleys in Idaho to the west. Luck was on their side when they discovered gold placer deposits in the creeks and tributaries of the Salmon River. Despite limited communication methods of the time, word spread faster than a stagecoach on a downhill run. Prospectors and miners eager for gold and beset with fever for wealth flooded in by the hundreds. Within months, over 100 buildings went up, and the initial tent city was consumed by the establishment of not one, but 2 towns. The miners who made up the bulk of the population were veterans from both sides of the Civil War, with the majority being from the South. Naturally, they wanted to name their new establishment after their hero, Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Those miners who were on the opposite side in the Civil War, from the Union Army, wouldn't have it and named their part of the town Grantsville after Union General Ulysses S. Grant, who was later U.S. President Grant. This division between 2 former foes from the Civil War didn't last long, as the Leesburg section of the town grew and overtook the Grantsville portion, so much so that everyone agreed to just get along with the town being named Leesburg, and so it remained. Despite having political differences between them, the town of Leesburg didn't have a problem with contention or fighting as one might suspect. Part of the reason may have been that life in the high-elevation forests presented problems where teamwork was required for survival, especially in winter. Some miners packed up and left when the winter snows set in, while others decided to tough it out. The first winter at Leesburg was one to be reckoned with. Deep snow prevented access to the town, and by February supplies were running out. Teams of men were organized to help shovel a route for access to the town. Working all of February and well into March, they labored to save everyone from starvation. By the middle of March, the first supplies finally reached the town. The next year, more eager prospectors flooded into the town, but there was still snow on the ground almost as late as June. Within the next year, the population skyrocketed to over 4,000, with some estimates including the basin area to a total of over 7,000. So successful were the findings that the Chinese laborers who worked on the railroad and at other mining towns also came in and formed their own Chinatown. They found success in working old tailings and discarded workings of other miners. But the excitement didn't last long. Although placer mining yielded some results, it fell short of the rumors that had drawn people in, and many packed up for richer ground. By 1870, the population had plunged to a mere 180 residents. By 1895, there were only 60 left. In the years that followed, a few miners and families stayed on, and hydraulic mining took over. The gold kept coming, not like the boom days, but enough to keep interested miners determined to make a go of it. By 1938, over $16 million in gold were extracted from placer, hydraulic, and later dragline mining, and by World War II, it was over. With the town completely abandoned, homes and buildings fell into disrepair. But today, several buildings remain, along with interpretive signs for visitors to spend a few hours exploring the site to see what once was a truly unique boomtown from the 1800s. The cemetery is just south of the town site that is the final resting place of many who lived there. The surrounding forest area is beautiful, and the location of the town is deep within the National Forest network of roads and trails leading to it, and are slightly northwest of Salmon, Idaho. It is best to obtain a good map to follow the various turns and curves that lead to the town, and the best time of year to travel there is during the warm summer months. The dirt roads in and around the area are in good condition for most vehicles, but plan ahead and plan around any inclement weather. And the natural surroundings, as well as other ghost towns in the region, are a real treasure to see during your summer travels in Idaho.